Go ahead for Shai.
Shai, between just continuing to play the guys deep into the roster that you're playing, the extra passing that you all made late, tell me about the feel of the trust that you guys have out on the floor.
Yeah, we had no choice. The game obviously wasn't going our way, and we always say like the answer is never like a hero play or anything out of the ordinary. It's being who we are. It's trusting each other. It's playing with all five on both ends. And whatever the problem is, we can fix it with the collective effort and not a single effort. And that's all we try to focus on when it wasn't going our way. We did enough to get a W.
Shai, maybe you don't view it as a hero play, but the three you hit late, you've been telling us that you're fit for that moment all series. That's sort of the shot that's been nagging you all series. What does it feel like in that moment when it hits, and I guess what are your thoughts down the stretch as it becomes obvious that you're going to pull away?
It felt like it's about time. Now I always say, like, especially jump shooting, it goes up and down. It fluctuates so much. You can't get caught up in the emotion of it. It's just about, like, the discipline in it and staying true to it. And I could have turned it down and like, because I had missed, I didn't make a three last game. I didn't make a three this game up until that point. I could have turned it down, but it's something that I'm confident in. And because of my confidence, it paid dividends tonight.
And just Mark was just in here talking about Lou's impact, specifically the threes he hit. He compared it to, he said him hitting those threes is like when a family member's hurt or sad, like the contagiousness of the energy plays like that bring. Just what did you sense the team felt after the quarter he had?
Yeah, it was big. Lou hadn't been shooting the ball great, obviously, but that just speaks to the worker and the person he is to step into those shots with confidence. Obviously, they're guarding us a certain way, and those shots have been there, and they haven't been falling. And tonight, he stepped into those with confidence, and like it's clear as day, we wouldn't have been able to win tonight if Lou doesn't make those shots. So his braveness to shoot him and his confidence to take him. But nothing out of the ordinary. That's who Lou is. That's his character. And he came up big tonight.
Go ahead.
So it seemed like your offense started clicking in the second half, getting to the basket in transition, maybe getting your spots a little quicker on the mid-range shot. What felt better in the second half versus first half for you?
Just settling into the game. They're like throwing different coverages, going from zone to man so often. Like just taking what the game gives you, settling into it, and living with the result.
Yeah, Vince, go ahead.
Shai, the narrative this season has been about will Oklahoma City have the maturity, the experience to take the next step. I'm curious, how much responsibility as the presumptive MVP do you feel on helping getting this franchise over that hump right now?
A lot of responsibility. For me, first and foremost, like winning is the end all be all. That's why I play basketball, and I know that across the locker room. So like whatever it takes to get that done is what our minds is on, and it's not just me, it's not just coach, it's not just Sam. Like it's across the locker room, and I think that's why we've been able to win basketball games this year. Now we all know that we can't get ahead of ourselves, and we got to play the play in front of us if we want to get there. We can't skip those steps, and that's what we focus on.
Jenny?
Shai, Mark was in here saying that you guys aren't trying to answer anybody else's questions, but I'm wondering with tonight and maybe even tacking it on to Game 4, what answers are you guys providing yourselves with the way you finished these last two games?
When we do what we're supposed to do, and we are locked in on both ends of the floor, we're able to go on runs. And when we don't do it on either end of the floor, it leads to their runs. So like Coach said, I don't think nothing's been unexpected or wowed us in our performances. It's been what we know all year, and all year we've been building those habits to make sure that we are ready for these moments and ready for these games, and we have one more to go get.
Shai, I know you just respect great players, so you're in a series with a great player with Jokic. What have you learned just watching him play and watching him compete, or how he goes about his business in these kind of games?
Yeah, I think above all, like he's very smart. Like I think that's what gives him his edge. He's very smart. He's always manipulating the game. He's always thinking plays ahead. He's reading the defenses, reading the offenses. Like he's his intelligence is very high out there, and he's always using it.
Shai, going back to Lou, we've seen him hit big shots from the beginning, really, even going back to the bubble and that Game 7. Like, what is it about maybe his personality in these big moments?
Yeah, it's his confidence. He works hard, and he trusts his work. It's that simple. And he doesn't waver, whether it's makes or misses. Like, I think last game, he started 0 for 4 from 3 and shot his 5th one like it was his first shot of the game. Like, Lou's special in that aspect. Like, his confidence is unwavering, and it's turned him into the NBA player and the basketball player he is. And without it, he wouldn't be as good as he is. So hats off to Lou.
Andrew, go ahead.
Yeah, J-Dub hit that big shot in the corner down the stretch. You know, Denver calls a timeout. You know, what's going through your head at that moment?
I think it was Lou. Good pass, hard, good screening. But I think that play we just took what they gave us. I think I drove, they doubled me, I moved it, the next guy moved it, and we found the open man, and the open man was ready to shoot. But I think that just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, it's been nothing special. Like, it's been nothing that has come out the blue. It's been no secret formula. Like, we just, on that play, on the biggest plays, and the biggest moments, you flex the muscles that you've been working on all year, and that play is exactly what we did.
Shai, this is now back-to-back games where you guys had like huge swing minutes from that lineup with the bench with Caruso, Case, and Wiggins. But can you just talk about the overall depth and how that's helped you guys succeed in the playoffs, even to guys like Jay Will?
Yeah, it's helped us succeed all year, really. Being able to play that many guys, get some guys rest, also be able to throw different personnel out there so it's not as like scripted. It's a little harder to guard. And we have a bunch of guys that like can go in and impact the basketball game no matter the stage, no matter the game. And we use it to our strength, and that's what's made us who we are.
Dean, go ahead.
Yeah, SGA, wondering if this was the most physical of the games so far, and on that play with Russ where you went down, the fans, for what it's worth, they thought it seemed like a dirty play. How did you look at it? What did you think about that play?
I don't know. I was just trying to play fast, and Russ came out of nowhere, fouled me. Like, I didn't think much of it, to be honest. It happened so fast as well. I'm glad I got a foul call, but I didn't think it was ill-intention at all or anything. I think he was just trying to stop the play.
You guys had third quarter. You came out of timeout. You really started driving against the zone. Had several drives and several possessions. They had to call timeout. Did that at all kind of loosen things up for the fourth quarter? Because you really were kind of struggling offensively to get any consistency going.
I'm not too sure. I think like it's always going to come down to like just being aggressive and just like whatever they present to you, you take what they give you. I did a better job of that in the second half, and I think that's why I had more success. Now in these big games, big moments, like you can get caught up in the emotion and wanting to take over in certain parts of the game, but like trying to stay true to the possession game and stay true to just reading what they're giving you is the trick of the trade. So I regrouped at halftime and did a better job of that, I think, in the second half, and was able to have a little bit of success.
Hey, Shai, what do you expect from a closeout game in Denver for Game 6?
Their greatest punch. I'm sure they don't want to go home just as bad as we don't, so we'll probably get the best game out of them.
We can go Barry for last question for Shai.
Yeah, well, I think it's the last two games Marcus has shaken up your rotation. Yeah. You're going out late first quarter. Why is that, and how, or whatever the reason, how effective do you think it's been?
Yeah, Mark is a good coach. He throws wrinkles in the game. He comes to me and asks me if I'm with it. I tell him I don't care as long as my minutes don't change. But yeah, he is coaching. I let him do his thing. I'm cool with it.
Thank you, Shai.